Yuval Noah Hariri, man has now become a hackable animal. The Israeli military historian Yuval Noah Harari is author and professor at the History Department of the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. Personalities like Barack Obama, Angela Merkel, Emmanuel Macron, and Sebastian Kurz have asked for his services as a source of inspiration and counselor. Klaus Schwab, founder of the World Economic Forum and author of the book COVID-19, The Great Reset, called Harari a brilliant futurologist. In his presentations at the World Economic Forum in 2018 and 2020, or at the 2020 Athens Democratic Forum, Harari spoke about the technological development and what it meant for society, politics, religion, and ideology. During his presentations, he has frequently pointed out that for the first time in human history, it has become possible to observe and trace persons every time and everywhere. At very high speed, AI algorithms process huge amounts of information with the potential to save all of them and to recognize patterns in the data to be used for personality analysis.
Harari says, a system that understands us better than we understand ourselves can predict our feelings and decisions, can manipulate our feelings and decisions, and can ultimately make decisions for us. According to Harari, the coronavirus pandemic has opened the door to surveillance under the skin. I think maybe in a couple of decades, when people look back, the thing they will remember from the COVID crisis is, this is the moment when everything went digital. This was the moment when everything became monitored, that we agreed to be surveilled all the time, not just in authoritarian regimes, but even in democracies. And maybe most important of it all, this was the moment when surveillance started going under the skin. I think the big process that is happening right now in the world is hacking human beings, the ability to hack humans, to understand deeply what's happening within you, what makes you go, and for that, the most important data is not what you read and who you meet and what you buy, it's what's happening inside your body. Furthermore, the historian said in an interview in 2020, soon at least some corporations and governments will be able to systematically hack all the people. There's a lot of talk about hacking computers, emails, and bank accounts. But we are entering an era of hacking humans. Humans are now hackable animals. You know, the whole idea that humans have this soul or spirit and they have free will. So, whatever I choose, whether in the election or whether in the supermarket, this is my free will. That's over free will.
What the futurologist history professor tells us is no fiction. Around the world, many corporations are working on technologies in order to implant sensors under the skin. Some technologies are already well engineered and available on the market. With them, illnesses are supposed to be healed, the competences of man enhanced, or just make life more comfortable. There is a wide range.
Since last year, the British-Polish company Walletmore offers paying chips to be implemented under the skin. They can be injected under the skin, and according to Walletmore, they have been licensed and function everywhere where contact-free payments are accepted. People are using tiny microchip implants to unlock their bicycles or as a key replacement to the door of their home or to enter their offices. Cochlear implants restore their auditory ability. People suffering from diabetics are wearing sensors under their skin to measure the blood sugar level. Their supreme discipline is the brain-computer interface BCI, that is, the brain-computer interfaces which can connect the brain with the computer or other digital platforms, for example clouds. Many big tech firms, among them Facebook and Microsoft, as well as technology investors like Elon Musk, are financing projects developing the use of BCI devices. Also, US government authorities are looking into the utilization of the technology in order to create super soldiers who are able to communicate telepathically or can steer drone swarms by means of their thoughts. Stanford University researchers have interconnected a software for artificial intelligence with a BCI device that was implanted into the brain of a man with paralysis of the whole body. The software was able to decipher the BCI's information and to transform the thoughts of the man to make them visible on a computer screen. Synchron, a New York startup enterprise, has already obtained the permission by the Food and Drug Administration (FDA) to have the implementable brain device named Stentrode tested in human patients in a so-called pilot study. Stentrode will be placed into a vein in the part of the telencephalon which produces all signals that have to do with movements. This device is supposed to enable the patients to steer digital devices by their thoughts. The system is conceived for patients who suffer from paralytic symptoms owing to several diseases. Under the pretense of healing some diseases and innovation, mainly the positive aspects of these brain implants are emphasized. But what if such implants were used as a power instrument? As early as in 2016, WEF founder Klaus Schwab spoke about implementable microchips in an interview, first in our clothing, next in our brain or our skin. This way, a direct communication would become possible between our brain and the digital world. A further goal is to connect man with 6G and the Internet of Things. Until the year 2030, the coming mobile communication standard 6G is supposed to be market-ready, according to Nokia chief Pekka Lundmark. At the WEF in Davos, he said 2022, by then the smartphone as we know it today will not anymore be the most common interface, but will be built directly into our bodies. According to Lundmark, brain sensors are to be relied upon to activate machines. Also holograms were to gain great significance. Until 2030, there would be a digital twin of nearly everything, according to Lundmark.
These technologies are praised as great technical accomplishments, which are to make life easier. It is true, those BCIs sound very promising, but they definitely involve the potential to total surveillance up to the ability to read people's thoughts. In case such a BCI saves the memories in a cloud, the enterprise would have access to your most intimate and private information. Will the BCI enterprise sell your digital profile just as the social media site can sell your user data? And what if these technologies were connected to a social credit system, as is already the case in China? Many states sympathize with the social credit system in China as well as with a uniform digital identity. Recently, we learned that starting in autumn in Bologna, there is a pilot project, Smart Citizen Wallet. This is the first social credit system in Europe. Virtuous behavior will gain you credit points, which can be swapped with rewards. In China, misconduct is respectively sanctioned.
Why human beings are continuously amalgamating with technology and what can be expected when man will be connected to the Internet of Things is an issue the biotechnologist Markus Schmidt is dealing with. Together with other scientists, he is working on an international project, Future Body. In the Berliner Zeitung, the scientists said the following. Neurotechnology consists of different technologies and processes which interact directly with our nervous system, for instance via brain-computer interfaces, among them the Internet of Living Things, with which the brain is to be connected to the net, or implants in the body, by which we are supposed to obtain new senses. At present, the neurotechnology is dealing with disease of people with a handicap. But optimization is going ahead, and soon healthy people will probably make use of these technologies as well. Of course, you don't have to cooperate in this field, but this is becoming ever more difficult. If you think today what life would be like without telephone, computer, or bank account, one realizes how much we are depending on those things. And this will be the case in the future as well. When a certain point is reached, it will be hardly feasible not to go along. Without a brain chip, you may become a second-class person, even if you are healthy. We wonder, will a normal person in the future have the same status as a handicapped person today? On the other hand, There could be an advantage of selection for those who have no brain chips, since they might then not be susceptible for cyber attacks.
Terrorist cyber attacks on the human body or even targeted disciplining by the government. This relates to the announcement of the Israeli scientist Harari that we humans have become hackable animals without a free will. But every single person determines with his or her consumption behavior whether these technologies and products will disappear from the market because demand will be lacking. Do help distributing this information and let us not be deceived by the arguments of the global strategists, but instead look at the other side of the coin, which technological progress brings in its wake. Our human existence greatly surpasses our rationality. We are spiritual beings with incredible abilities of intuition, unique creatures adorned with the right to freely develop our personality and individuality. Everything we may say, feel, think, and do has an immediate effect on our environment. There is no artificial intelligence capable of substituting this reality.